Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Falcons.
Welcome to Foothill High School.
Hi, I'm Amanda Leake, this year's news director for FSTNEWS.
And I'm Summer Reyes, this year's Creative Services and Sales and Traffic Director.
Here at Foothill Student Television, we make it our goal to bring you the most up-to-date news on and off campus.
We also promote spirit in school events and organizations here at Foothill.
So if you ever need an event covered,
or want a commercial for your club,
come on down to room 722 and share with us, or visit our website at FSTNews.com, contact us on social media, or email us at desk@FSTnews.com. We have so many ways to contact us.
2017 is the 18th year of Foothill High School's existence. When Foothill opened, there was no Mannion Middle School. There wasn't even really a Mission Hills neighborhood. The school only had about 1,200 students. Now we have nearly 3,000. There were only about 80 faculty and staff members, but now we have nearly 130. The grass at Mission Hills Park wasn't growing because the city hadn't even started construction. McDonald's was there, but Taco Bell, KFC, even Albertsons, and the long lines at Starbucks didn't start until a few years after Foothill's opening. And the only Fausto's was way over at Eastern and Horizon Ridge.
Coronado didn't even exist yet. In fact, Coronado split from Foothill in 2002. Foothill split from Basic High School in 1999, creating one of the strongest rivalries in the county since our schools are separated by Boulder Highway. In fact, Basic is only 2.3 miles away. Some people live further than the distance between the schools. Our FST News General Manager, Matt Mayhood, was here as a student. There are a few teachers who opened the school still working here. Principal Lisa Burkhead was one of those teachers. She taught Spanish and returned to the Hill toward the end of last year. Burkhead, along with student body president, join us to welcome you to this campus.
Hi Falcons, I'm Lauren Longworth, your student body president.
And I'm Mrs. Burkhead, your proud principal.
I'm looking forward to having an amazing year and creating a Foothill family.
I'm so excited to be back, and I wanted to welcome you and to let you know how much fun the school year is going to be. I also wanted to let you know that every decision we make on this campus is with you in mind. And so as we move forward and you see some changes happening, know that the adults on the campus have gotten together and we've decided that we want to make this the best high school in the state of Nevada, and we need your participation and your willingness to rise to that expectation so that we can make that happen.
To kick off this school year, we welcome all of you, the new Falcons, to the Foothill family. But we aren't just talking about freshmen. This year, Foothill welcomes 26 new employees and so many transfer students. We know starting at a new school as an employee or a student can be a bit difficult, but get to know us. We know you will have a great high school experience here at Foothill.
Talking about new things, this is not one of them. On the first day of school every year, students get a packet with a bunch of information.
In the big yellow packet, you will find all the information about the daily schedule and when classes start, also the assembly schedule. If you're new to high school, assembly days have shortened classes and everyone meets in the gym for the assembly. The Clark County School District Food Services Department is working to make your dining experience even better. In fact, last year Foothill was the pilot school for the protein pack and the first salad bar in the district. If you've never heard of something called FERPA, don't worry, you aren't alone. FERPA, or the Federal Education Right to Privacy Act, is a federal law designed to keep most of your information private. That's all in there. So, also attendance information for your parents.
Attendance in high school now dictates whether you get your driver's license or not. So be at school, you're only in high school once, so make the best of it. Trust me when I tell you, once you're out, being an adult can be fun, but most of the time is spent working. The blue packet contains all the forms that students are required to get signed and brought back to school, including the media and public release. This form allows you to be on the news. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to be on our program, but we often film for the City of Henderson, Clark County School District, the local television stations, and even more. Without this form, we can't show you. Also, our school is frequently shown on professional news for our outstanding programs. If you don't have this form on file, they can't show you or the amazing things you'll do this year. The Code of Honor and Registration Completion Form are necessary to ensure your success in high school. Sometimes your teachers want to call home to tell your parents how awesome you are. If your information is incorrect, your parents may never know. Also, we've heard you about the new cell phone policy on campus. Actually, it isn't new. We've been a district policy for a while now. FSTNEWS will bring you more about that in a moment. Finally, if you get hurt at school or sick, the nurse's office needs to know what's up. The school health information form should be filled out completely and submitted to your first period teacher as soon as possible. Finally, the tardy policy is also in your folder. The tardy policy was modified and follows that of many schools in Clark County already do. We've read all about the policy changes at Foothill, and we are in support of them.
You know, these packets are really important because without them, you can't do many things. And where's the fun in that?
You should really get these signed as soon as possible so you don't miss out. And the yellow packet does have a lot of useful information in it, so you shouldn't throw it out.
That's right. It's going to be really fun this year. Even though the packet information hasn't changed all that much, Ariel Byres joins us in the studio to tell us about many major differences on campus.
Over the summer, many people were hard at work making the Hill a better place. Between policy changes, renovations, and a new staff, this year is going to be different than last. Libraries, principals, and policy changes, oh my. With the new school year starting, there are many changes being noticed. Starting off with the library, it has been completely redesigned. There are 2 new murals that were painted over the summer, one in a section called the Hilltown Hub, and the other behind the circulation desk. The books have also been rearranged, and the new librarian, Sue Ball, is planning on weeding out some of the less popular books to make more space for other different areas. Along with the whole setup of the library being changed, there's new furniture in the silent reading area, and Ball says she's planning on changing even more. You might have noticed some new faces around campus this morning, and that's because we are welcoming 2 new assistant principals this year. The new assistant principals are Jennifer Schultz, who came from Nevada Learning Academy, and Russ Queering, who came from Orr Middle School. If you noticed the new assistant principals, you might have noticed that we are also missing a member from the team of administrators we had last year. Zenon Brooks was transferred to Western High School after 11 years working at Foothill. This means that changes have been made in which dean is in charge of which students. Tina Lahr is now the Dean for Students with last names starting A through L, and Mark Romanowski is a Dean for Students with last names M to Z. Tardiness at Foothill was a huge problem last year, and the policy toward tardies changed a couple of times. This year, we have more changes to the policy. Principal Lisa Burkhead tells us why it's important.
Which requires a parent to come and sign you in the event that you're late. We want Foothill High School students to be the very best students in the state of Nevada, and so being on time and being punctual is actually a life skill that you need to have.
Throughout the past years, the cell phone policy has changed at Foothill multiple times, and it's changing again. Cell phones are now only allowed to be used before school, during lunch, and after school. They can no longer be used during passing period or in class without specific permission from your teacher. With the new policy comes a change in consequences for breaking the policy. For the first time breaking the rule, students' phones will be confiscated and can be picked up at the end of the day by the student. For the second offense, the phone will be confiscated, a parent will have to pick it up, and there will be a required parent conference, also known as an RPC. Dean Tina Lahr explains how the rest of the consequences progress.
The third time is going to be confiscation again. Your cell phone goes to the dean's office, and you will have to go to in-house for 1 day. Fourth time, confiscated again. It'll go to the dean's office, and you'll have a 2-day suspension. Past that, the suspensions will progress, and there's just...
The policy on headphones and earbuds has changed too. Headphones are no longer allowed to be used in class under any circumstances. They are only allowed before school, after school, and during lunch. They also won't be allowed during passing periods. Lar tells us how she thinks the new policy will benefit students.
You won't be as distracted. You'll be paying more attention to the teacher. You'll be more engaged with the new things that we're doing. I think the students overall and the student body, parents, I think you're actually going to be happy about it.
The new cell phone policy applies to all electronic devices like tablets, MP3 players, and smartwatches. For more information on the cell phone and headphone policies, you can visit FSTNEWS.com and search electronics policy.
Something that hasn't changed on campus since last year is the lunch schedule. That means anyone who has their 5th hour in the 700s and 800s will have first lunch, and anyone who has their 5th hour in the 200s, 300s, 400s, and the 600s will have second lunch.
The Clark County School District is the 5th largest school district in the United States. Wowza, that's huge. As such, we have a huge student population here at Foothill. There are over 2,900 students registered as of Thursday. CCSD and Foothill High School takes the safety of all students and staff seriously. FST News reporter Jocelyn Fress joins us now from the newsroom to fill us in on what to do in case of emergency on campus.
I'm doing great, guys. There are currently 2,983 students enrolled at Foothill, which means there are almost 3,000 students to keep safe during school hours. Safety is important, and with the new school year starting, all teachers and students need to be informed on all possible emergencies. It is important that plain language and proper procedures are followed during all emergencies because you never know when something will happen. Soft lockdown is when there is a threat outside of the school that does not have an immediate threat to the staff and students. During a soft lockdown, you need to move indoors to a room with lockable doors, lock all doors and windows, follow the staff and student accounting protocol, don't open the doors to anyone, continue instruction and stay in classrooms, notify administration if you see any suspicious people. A shelter-in-place is when hazardous materials may have been released into the atmosphere or another emergency is happening, like a lightning and thunderstorm. During a shelter-in-place, you need to move indoors quickly to a protected area. Lock all doors and windows and seal the doors with tape. Teachers, follow the staff and student accounting protocol and place the red card from your classroom evacuation kit on the door if you have any missing or extra students or need assistance. Place the green card on the door if you have no extra or missing students and do not need assistance. Carry on with instruction after the proper procedure has been followed. An evacuation is when there is a hazardous threat in the school. If there is ever an evacuation, you will hear the fire alarm. Once the alarm has sounded, line your students up and calmly exit the building. Take your classroom evacuation kit with you and visually sweep the classroom to make sure you have all your students. Once done, lock the door to indicate it has been evacuated. Walk quickly and orderly out of the building and make sure all students with special needs have been helped. Don't use any electronic devices unless there is a life-threatening medical emergency. The reason for this is that if every cell phone is used, it could jam up the cellular lines for emergency responders. Follow the staff and student accounting protocol. Also, don't release any students until the official word from a site administrator is given. If any students do leave, document their name, the time they left, and record the information with the student coordinator. In case of a fire drill, evacuate to your designated area. Your teachers should go over this today as they welcome you to their class. Teachers, take your classroom evacuation kit with you. Once you are at your designated area, assist any students with special needs. Follow the staff and student accounting protocol and be prepared to follow administrative direction for family reunification protocol. During an automated external defibrillator emergency or an AED emergency, someone is not breathing and needs help. There are 4 AED machines on campus and a team of 10 to 12 CPR certified members that are on alert to report to the scene. If there is ever an AED emergency, call the dean's office and report that there is an AED medical emergency in your location and there is a person down. If you hear the announcement saying that someone is down, stay away from that area in case medical personnel needs to help. Teachers, in case of an emergency, call one of the following extensions for help. If it's a fire, call 4300. If it's a crime or suspicious behavior, call the Dean's office at 4500. And if it's a medical emergency, call 4200. With that in mind, it's going to be a great year. This will be my first full year at Foothill, and I'm really excited. I'll be honest, this school is awesome compared to my last school. I'm Jocelyn Perez, FST News.
Thanks, Jocelyn. Way to keep the hills safe.
With us now is Zach Salisbury, with our sports updates. Good morning, Zach.
Good morning, guys, and what's up, Falcons? I'm your senior sports anchor, Zach Salisbury, and it's that time of the year again, the fall season of sports with football, soccer, tennis, cross country, and girls golf. Starting off with arguably the most popular high school sport, football. The varsity football team has their first game of the school year Friday night right here at Foothill against Desert Hills from Utah. Kickoff is at 7. Freshmen and JV are playing Wednesday at Faith Lutheran School. Freshmen play at 4 and JV kicks off at 6:30. Also, mark your calendars now. The Foothill High School homecoming game is September 30th, so get your time off from work now. Student council and the administration are planning awesome events that night. Passing it over to the soccer fields, the boys team has a game Wednesday at Las Vegas High School at 3 in the afternoon. The girls have a game tomorrow at Las Vegas also at 3. From the fields to the green-topped courts, the boys tennis team has a game tomorrow against Green Valley at 3, and a game Thursday right here at Foothill against Silverado also at 3. As for the girls, they also have a game tomorrow over at Green Valley at 3, and a game on Thursday right here at Foothill against El Dorado at, wait for it, 3:15. Running over to cross country, their first race is on Wednesday at 4:30 at Cornerstone Park. And finally, approaching girls golf, they have a match Wednesday at Anthem at 11. If you want to join a sports team at Foothill, watch this broadcast to learn more about when tryouts are. Some sports tryouts start pretty early, so make sure you watch our news and follow us on Twitter. We are at FSTNEWS. Finally, our sports department has reorganized this year. We are expanding our sports team, but still can't be everywhere all the time. We are seeking team members or managers who can help us out and be our source of information. If you're interested, stop by our newsroom in room 722 to let us know. It's going to be a great year. There were so many teams and organizations on campus over the summer. Let's see all of that hard work pay off in interesting ways. Make sure you attend events. High school isn't all about classes. That's all I have for you all. Summer, Amanda, back to you.
Thanks, Zach. Starting the school year off right, next week is a Welcome Back Spirit Week, and it starts with a fantastic Vegas flair. Pretty fitting. Monday, there's no school because of Labor Day, so everyone can sleep from their stressful first week back.
Then Tuesday, we are going to party like rockers at the Hard Rock Hotel right here in Vegas by dressing like rockers.
And on Wednesday, we take a plunge into the Mandalay Bay Hotel pool and get a tan by wearing beach attire.
On Thursday, your ship sails as we dress like pirates to search for Treasure Island.
And finally, Friday, everyone turns opposite of locals as they dress like they're not from around here as tourists, then make their way to this year's first assembly at the end of the day.
As a reminder, you must be in dress code during Spirit Week. During Spirit Days, its Spirit Week excuse will not work. So be appropriate. Summertime is over. Today marks the first day of senior year for the class of 2017. And to kick things off, Senior Sunrise is Friday at 6 a.m. on the football field. The senior class is giving away free shirts and doing a balloon release. Seniors will write a goal they have for this year and attach it to the balloon, then watch it fly. And for anyone who wants to mark their calendar now, senior pictures are on October 26th, 27th, and 28th in the theater lobby, and retakes are on November 29th.
Whether your graduation is 9 months from now or even 4 years from now, you'll want to know what it's going to take to get that cap and gown and that diploma. According to Counselor Patricia Winlow, graduation requirements for seniors and juniors are as follows. You must have at least 22.5 credits, just like all the other classes. You must at least participate in all 4 end-of-course exams. You must pass the following classes: English Language Arts 1 and 2, Math 1 and 2, and you must participate in the ACT with writing And sophomores, you have all the same requirements as seniors and juniors. Sophomores, freshmen, and any classes beyond must pass all 4 end-of-course exams that include English Language Arts, Math 1, Math 2, and Science. Freshmen must also participate in the ACT with writing.
That about wraps up our first show for the 2016-2017 school year. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat as FST News.
Or go to FSTNews.com to check out this newscast whenever you'd like. From all of us at FST News to you, have a great day, Falcons.